Toonium, the new element in animation. I am Shin the Hero. That is Flores Bloom Noah. And here at Toonium, we thought about Trigun. It is 100% undoubtedly a classic, anime classic. And it's getting a revival. At the time of this recording, the revival might already, the remake or revival, because it's being more based off on the manga, it might already be out at this time. I don't know at the time of the recording, but at the time of the recording, it wasn't out yet, so take that as you may. It's called Trigun Stampede, and what we thought here at Toonium would be best to get more eyes on this is to go back to the beginning. Not the anime though. We're talking about the movie Trigun Rumble in the Badlands, or Badland Rumbles, which is a prequel to the original Trigun.
Emergency! We got a tip-off here about a bank robbery happening in Bochi City! You're not hearing me! This ain't no ordinary robber, it's him! Gas back! What? You gotta sit back up, we need a squad!
If you're gonna keep getting in my way, what is wrong with you?
A little bit more about Trigun. Trigun, it ended its run, the anime anyway, ended it in 1998. And then the manga itself ended, it continued on, but it ended in 2007. 3 years later, Madhouse finally produced a movie of Trigun. I don't know if you knew that, Noah.
I did not know that.
They finally produced one. And apparently, the reason why they made this movie anyway, because Trigun didn't hit that well over there in Japan. It was a big Western hit over here, and apparently the people who made Trigun, they said the reason why we made this movie was because the Western fans wanted it, because it didn't do that great in Japan.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. But we're here to, one, have a discussion about this, and two, to ask this question: did this movie recapture the old essence of the old anime? Noah, how did you feel about Trigun Badland Rumble?
I think I got hit with a little bit of nostalgia because I haven't seen Trigun in probably like over a decade or so. And I was like, man, I haven't seen it. So man, when I watched it, I was like, yo, yeah, this is the Trigun I know and love. Like, they took everything from the show and just put it into the movie with the emotions, the story. It was a great watch. I enjoyed it 100%.
It felt like an old friend. You was coming back to you met up with an old friend, and like nothing really changed, and y'all reminiscing about. So that's what this movie felt like. I agree with you. It's been a hot minute.
It's been over a decade for me. I know for a fact I haven't seen Trigun
since I seen this, and like I really enjoyed it. Like you could watch this on Hulu. It is on Hulu. And the old series also is on Hulu, so that's why I watched it. And then the movie is, if you want to search for it, it is on YouTube too.
It is. I watched that. I ain't gonna lie, listen, I tried to watch it on Tubi. It didn't have a dub version.
Oh, they didn't? Tubi didn't have
dog. It? I never seen Trigun sub. I was like, I can't do it. Sub.
Yeah. We'll get into the sub and dub themes.
I'm the one who threw the die on this one.
When you save someone like Gasback, he just goes out there and kills more people. People like my mother.
So what Trigun follows itself, Trigun follows Vasher Stampede, the humanoid typhoon. And he's a bounty, where a bunch of bounty hunters are here in the city, where they are supposed to be getting a bounty on a very popular, very big named dude named what's his name?
Gasback.
Gasback.
Awful name, yo. Every time they said, I was like, that name is awful, but let's go with Gasback.
Yeah. Apparently, also the reason why I said this was like a prequel sequel because that first scene where you see Gasback and his goons going through that ridiculous bank vault and everything like that. Also, probably should have said this. There's gonna be spoilers for a 20-year-old movie, so you have been warned. But when they was just going through that, going through all that, that's 20 years before the anime. That happens 20 years before the anime. Like everything in the events of the anime and everything like that. That's why I was like, it was like a prequel sequel thing because like also this movie it's weird where you want to put this in canon. It's technically I want to say technically it is part of the canon, but it feels such like a standalone thing. It feels like a standalone movie. Like it wasn't supposed to be part of the anime in general. But like if I had to put anything on it, where I would say the things that I remember from Trigun is I would feel like it's like in between like episode 11 and like 14. Or maybe episode 11 and episode 12. Because, like, Wolfwood is in the movie. Wolfwood is in this movie.
Yeah. I was shocked when I saw him. I was like, what?
Yeah, and you know, you can tell it's not towards the end of the anime because everybody is happy. Towards the end of the anime, it was depression, man. They were depressed. Right? They got hit with a depression.
When I saw Wolfwood, I was like, holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, okay, you're in this.
And the way him and Vash's like relationship is, though, because they feel more familiar and everything like that. It has to be like right when Wolfwood was introduced. Also, there's a shot in the anime where you see Vash on like this pillar thing, and you see the moons. The moons are still intact. If you remember, about I want to say midway through, somebody blew a hole in the moon. You remember?
Oh yeah, God! Holy crap!
So like that's what
about that.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It has to be somewhere between episode 11 because that's the episode that Wolfwood was introduced, and then episode 12 because that's when like the secondary main bad guy is showing up and everything like that. But that's where I feel like, but I think at the end of the day, to me, I think it's just it should be, it works better as a standalone film. That's what I feel like.
You think the die you just tossed will turn out to be a lucky one?
Speaking of characters and everything like that, we have Vash who came back. We have Nicholas D. Wolfwood. We have Meryl and Millie. And then we have a new character, Amelia. How you feel about Amelia now? She's like the new POV character, basically. She's like the secondary protagonist of this film because it's mainly about her and then Vash's basically morals, where he don't want to kill nobody, or all life matters and everything like that. How you feel about Amelia?
She was cool. I wish they showed her do more action stuff. I feel like she really didn't do nothing the entire movie, but just complain.
I mean, she had that fight in the beginning,
I know.
which was that altercation, and then even in the bar, I mean, you saw how she was swaying, like she was.
She was cool. I had no problem with it. I just wish she did more. I wish we would have saw like how did she survive in this world, with a world full of like strong, angry guys. You know, you saw it. You know, I just wish like it looked like she could handle herself. We just really didn't see.
I like the touch, and I know it's like an anime trope itself, but I like the touch that they gave her an illness, which is why she hate men in general. Which I'm assuming this happened because when she found out Gasback was, spoiler, her dad. That's what I think, and why she hated all men basically at that point. And then Vash being Vash.
Yeah, Vash being Vash. Oh man. Tell you,
what about the lackeys? How you feel about the lackeys?
What lackeys?
Gasback's
Oh,
the dudes he was
lackeys.
trying to get the revenge on, man.
Man, yo, I'm not gonna lie.
But Buddy was like, I'm changing my life around. He got so much money and became mayor of a city, dog.
Yo, that was surprisingly. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't realize that was them until they like made it obvious. I was like, oh shit, I feel stupid. I did not realize that was them. I was like, oh man, I thought Gasback was just robbing his town because it's rich. It has that energy supply thing. That's it. Until the movie made it obvious, I was like, oh,
It
well,
was dope.
yeah, didn't realize that. I feel stupid.
Did you figure out Amelia was Gasback's
Yeah,
daughter?
oh yeah, 100%. That was so simple. That wasn't even like a plot twist or like a surprise. I'm like, yeah, that was obvious. Like 100% obvious, man. I want to know how Vash took all those bullets out those guns in the bar.
You saw,
because he just did it.
Yeah, but you saw like they focused on that because that's one of the big qualities of Vash in general. But like they focused, you saw Vash making noise and he was going behind everybody, like juking around like everything, and you knew he was up to something.
Yeah. There's no way he did all that, man.
Vash
is. I forgot how ridiculous that man was. Cause I was like, yeah, I forgot how strong Vash is. Cause that man couldn't no way he did that.
Well, speaking of that, like the gunfights and everything like that, especially in the beginning, like how Vash used that quarter to deflect the bullet, and then my man Vash untied himself. Was like, oh no, my donut, making himself being the fool, and was purposely getting Gasback to not kill his people. He was like, oh please stop. You owe me a donut.
Tell you, man, I love Vash as a character is great, man. I really do love Vash. 100% love Vash.
Do you know if they're gonna in this new anime, if Johnny Young Bosch is coming back for his voice?
I don't know. I hope so. I really do. He makes the character great, man.
Because speaking of that, like the only person who I don't know, because the dub, which we will get into that in a little bit, but the dubbed is a great dub. Trigun always has a great dub. It's always had a great dub in general. But like the only person of the original cast that came back was Johnny Young Bosch. I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch was the only one. The other one, the Wolfwood, Millie, and Meryl, they were recast. Now I know the chick who played Millie, she retired from
voice acting. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then Meryl and Wolfwood, voice actors and actresses, they were apparently offered to come back and they were on board, but I think from what I heard at the time, because Funimation did the dub, I guess they couldn't fly down to at the time of when this was being made and everything like that. I guess they couldn't fly down to where Texas was, because that's where Funimation was at the time, and I guess there was probably some stuff like that, and then that's why their voices got changed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But like Johnny Young Bosch was the only one that really from the original series, and you can hear it, you could tell they do their best. Brad Hawkins, I think is the dude's name for Wolfwood. I forget the chick name.
I'm not gonna lie.
She's in everything. She's in everything.
I'm not gonna lie. It's been so long since I watched it. I didn't even notice their voices were different.
Well, I know my voice. I know you, man. I was like, man, my man Wolfwood sound different.
I tell you, it's been so long since I heard his voice and everything. I didn't even notice. I know Vash's voice. I remember his voice perfectly, but everybody else did not know.
I don't want you to jump into this. Always trying to steal the spotlight.
You want to talk about any of your favorite scenes or best scene in the movie?
This may be weird. My favorite scene I got you. My favorite scene in the movie is just when Vash finally decides, the final fight, I guess.
Yeah.
And you finally see Vash be that unstoppable. You see him be the humanoid typhoon, the stampede. Gasback is no match for him.
Yeah.
And instead of Vash, Vash can just kill him instantly. Vash just demoralizes him, shoots his gun, he shoots his arm. It's just like, dang, man, Vash, I'd rather you just kill me than just disrespect me like that, man. I just find you finally get to see Vash be, that force he is, instead of that silly character he puts on,
Yeah. Yeah, I probably have to agree. I like the whole comedy antics, especially when he was flirting, quote unquote, with Amelia, and especially when he took off when she tried to kick him and he dodged. He took off the her boot and just like and she made that face. Like, getting into the animation and the sound of this, like the Trigun this movie looks beautiful. Like, the animation looks great. The reason behind that is because they're using digital animation for this, because like the old one, it was cell animation. Back in that time though, it was cell animation, and this new animation was digital, and you could tell the difference and everything like that, because it looks cleaner, smoother, and all that junk. Because the old one has like an old grainy feel to it and everything.
Yeah.
It feels like a western, basically, what this is.
Yeah.
But you could see, because you could also see some of the 3D effects, like when the big ass light bulb thing, their generator thing was falling. You saw that. You saw 3D elements in there. You saw CG with the
in the chase scene.
Yeah, in the chase scene,
Yeah,
you saw stuff like that. You were like, you noticed it. It wasn't bad, but this looks cleaner. Like, cause like if you put a picture like with Vash from this movie and Vash from the show, it looks totally different. Like, cause especially his character models, like you could tell it looks like updated. It was like modern. And I feel like with this, how this animation was and everything like that, old Trigun, even though like the beginning of this, we was like, this is a classic. For some people, especially people of this day and age, in the modern day of watching anime, they can't go back and watch something like Trigun.
Oh, really? I could.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could too, because I like that type of feel, and also I grew up during that era and everything.
Yeah.
However, if I would have introduced this movie to somebody, this looks more modern.
Modern, yeah.
And I think they would watch the movie, and then and if the movie captivated them, then they'll go to watch the show. That's how I feel like, anyway. How you feel about the animation and everything?
I thought the animation was great, man. I was like, yo, man, this still holds up. It looks amazing to me. I thought it was great.
The only thing I was a little sad about is when the music is wonderful. Like, the soundtrack to this is great.
Yeah.
I really love the music. But they didn't play the theme until Vash showed back up towards the end when he shot he shot by Wolfwood, and that's when the music started. His theme started. The show itself theme started to play, but it was so drowned out from the gunfight and everything like that. I was like, man,
It would have made it seem better for you. It would have been more hype.
yeah, man.
Heard it,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. How dare you? Overall, I'm like again, getting back into the dub. Dub is wonderful. I 100%, and I watched it in dub too. I switched it to Japanese, and I was like, nah, dog, this ain't it.
I'll tell you, I couldn't do it. I watched it. I didn't even know it was on Hulu. I watched it. It was on Tubi, so I was like, I'm gonna watch it on Tubi. And they started speaking Japanese to me. I was like, okay. Then I heard Vash speak, and I was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, nah, I gotta find a dub version, man. I didn't even check Hulu. I went straight to YouTube. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, this whole movie's on YouTube. Let's go.
It might be on Crunchyroll too, but like the dub is. This is one of those instances back in the 90s, because I feel like the 90s and maybe early 2000s, the dubs were solid. I know some people might say the dubs were not on some shows, but I feel like Trigun is up there. The pinnacle is up there, like with Cowboy Bebop and stuff.
Yeah,
where
I agree with you. The dub is amazing.
The dub is better than the Japanese one.
I 100% agree. I got a few old shows like that. Like, I can't do the Japanese. I gotta do the dub. I got to. Like, I can't watch Rurouni Kenshin in sub. I gotta watch it in dub. I have to watch that whole series.
I don't think I've ever seen that sub, man. You know,
I mean, I have. Kenshin sounds like a girl to me, so I just can't. I have to watch it in dub. So it's just one of those things.
I think his voice actor is a female in Japanese.
Probably so. I just couldn't do it.
But
I mean, those old animes,
they do that a lot.
Those old animes in dub, man. Just they gotta watch it in dub. Like I can't watch Yu Yu Hakusho in sub. Every time I watch it, it has to be dub. I don't know why. Those old animes, it has to be in dub. I don't know, because that's what we grew up. That's how we watched it.
Yeah.
But
down below, you tell us. You start in the comments. You start that sub versus dub war if y'all want to. Before we get out of here, Noah, and give us the final verdict on scores and all that junk, did this feel like a waste of time for you, did this get you excited to go watch the new series, Stampede?
I would say yes and no. The movie didn't feel like a waste of time. Like I 100% enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. And
then the movie it got, I watched stuff with my girl. And it made her look up from her phone for a few seconds. Yeah, man. I realized, like, yeah. I was telling her something like, yeah, man, let me tell you about the show, man. Like, the movie was great. I 100% enjoyed it. What was the other question?
Other one was like, did this get you excited? Did this get you hyped to go watch the new anime?
It got me excited, but that's when it got me disappointed, because I want the new anime to look like this.
Yeah, the new anime is CGI and everything.
There's nothing. I'm not against CGI. I guess I'm just in that old fan base. Like I want it to look like the old one. I don't want to be CGI. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna like.
It's not made by the same studio. This studio, I think they're named Orange. I think that's what it's called, but it's not by Madhouse. So, but
I'm not saying the CGI looks bad, because the clips look great.
Yeah. They do.
The clips I seen look great. It's just I just wish it had that. I just wish they just did it in the old style.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, when Trigun Stampede come out, we will be here.
We'll be back.
We will be here. Noah, give me a rating on this out of 10.
Out of 10? I'm gonna give it a 10. I enjoyed it 100%. Yeah, man. Right. It gave us that old Trigun feel. Like, if it made you want to watch the show. Again.
Yes.
It did. Like, it gave you if people who never watched the show can still watch it and enjoy the movie. Mm-hmm. Then it makes you want to watch the show, because when Gasback was like, Vash, how come you didn't age in 20 years?
Yes.
The show would explain that.
Yes.
It makes you want to go watch the show. Yeah.
The show will explain that.
So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It did its job. It's very enjoyable. I fucking love Trigun, man.
I feel you, man. I'm probably right there with you. Like, I'm right there with you with giving it a 10, because I know the anime snobs or the really popular anime-tubers would look down on this movie and everything like that. But like, I feel like for what it was, I don't feel like this was a cash grab or anything like that. And it seemed like they put in work to actually give a product, because this is based off a chapter in the manga too. The movie is. Yeah. So I do know that, and I feel like they did it justice and everything like that, because it just feels like Trigun, and it feels like a longer episode of Trigun, but it doesn't. I feel like it didn't waste my time. And then with this movie, how the movie is, anybody can watch this without knowing anything about Trigun, and then because it doesn't, there's a few things like you had said about Vash's age, why he still looks like that. There's a few things like that, and then I would say you would see how their friendship, Wolfwood, Millie, and Meryl, how they became friends and everything like that. You would see that more in the show and everything like that. But other than that, like, you don't see Amelia because she doesn't show up at all. She's only for this movie. But other than that, and then the moons, like I had mentioned earlier. But
Yeah.
like, there's very little that you need to know. That's what I'm getting at about this show, about this movie. It's so standalone and so perfect, basically. That's what I feel like. But anyway, if you like videos like this, and you like us Toonium, come on, drop us a subscribe. Give this video a like. Help us out. We would very much appreciate it.
I know, right? Share the video. Tell your friends, man.
Tell your mama. Slap her.
Tell
with it.
your mama. Yeah, slap her with it.
I have been Shin the Hero. That has been Flores Bloom Noah. And we at Toonium will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.